welcome back to my episode reviews of the original Rescue Bots cartoon. Today, we're taking a look at the episode Return of the Dinobot. In this episode, the Dinobot from the first episode of the series returns, this time as the Green family's robot dinosaur Butler. But when a shady character infects his programming, it's up to the Rescue Bots to try and stop him. When this episode begins, it's very foggy out. Wait, Griffin Rock is in Maine, right? Aren't there a lot of Stephen King movies set in Maine? Isn't there a Stephen King movie about fog? I wonder if we'll see any references to that in this episode. So the Rescue Bots go to save Frankie from the Dinobot, but it turns out he's a good Dinobot now.
Unless you don't appreciate the Macarena.
Okay, several things. First off, I don't think that's the Macarena dance, nor is that the Macarena song. Also, are they allowed to use the name Macarena? Does Hasbro owe Los Del Rio some money? And isn't this show meant for younger kids? Do they even know what the Macarena is? When did Rescue Bots come out? 2012? And when did the Macarena come out? 1993? Ouch. Wow, that makes me feel really old. Because I totally remember how Macarena was kind of a big thing at the time. I seem to remember everybody trying to learn the dance. Although I think I'm more familiar with the Bayside Boys remix version, which looks like it came out 3 years later. So a tiny bit younger, but that's still 25 years ago. Oh man. Wow, just think about what else came out in 96. Beast Wars, Dragon Ball Z, Superman the Animated Series, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, and Pokemon. Well, Pokemon in Japan. Apparently Red and Blue wouldn't come out in North America until 98. But still, that's a pretty awesome year. Anyways, back to my point. I'm surprised that they referenced this old song in a kids show. I'd think that something like Gangnam Style would be more with the times. Although that song came out in 2013, and this episode came out in 2012. So I guess that'd be a little too early to reference that. Although, if Doc Green ever builds a time machine like Doc Brown, who knows?
He's like a big dog. Go ahead, pet him. Oh, I want one.
Me too, Cody. Me too.
A robotic dinosaur Butler. Now all my questions are answered. Except maybe, why?
When Danny said this, it kind of reminded me of that episode of G1 where Grimlock was wearing an apron and serving drinks, which was later homaged in his Masterpiece figure.
I've had some break-ins recently.
Why didn't you call me, Doc? Anything taken?
No. In fact,
Someone's been giving us stuff. Remember the nanite fuel Cody put in his go-kart?
I knew I'd seen that logo before. It was on the shark sub too.
Ah, so the plot thickens. And we see that Doc Green has absent-mindedly taken off his very important control gauntlet and left it on the computer. Although, how did this mysterious person get the gauntlet and then get back out here when Trex was supposed to be guarding the lab? Well, he uploads a virus into Trex, who then passes it on to the computer, which makes all the automated systems in the town go nuts, including the return of that lawnmower bot from the second episode. Speaking of returning characters, we also see Edgar in this episode, who I thought might have been just a one-off character simply created for that Men in Black joke from the episode The Alien Invasion of Griffin Rock. But nope, he's back, and once again transporting hazardous material.
Remember, citizen, if your eye is not on the road, the rest of you soon will be.
When Frankie runs to plug the tablet back in,
Frankie!
"No, Doc, what are you doing? Don't yell! You ruined Frankie's stealth." Once again, we see a more violent side to the Rescue Bots as they bash some of these lawnmower bots with big old pipes. Again, I'm still not used to seeing this kind of behavior from them. But then Trex shows up and roars like an elephant?
One more step, and you'll be a Tyrannosaurus Rex!
Oh, that was almost a nod to the Beast Machine's Dinobot character T-Rex. I'm hoping that with Kingdom Megatron being released, we'll eventually get a T-Rex repaint of him sooner or later. It's almost ironic that this episode is about a Dinobot, and Cade gets scared by Mr. Pettypaws, which kind of reminds me of how Grimlock was also scared of Mr. Pettypaws in Rescue Bots Academy. You know what the name of this episode was? Tyrannosaurus Rex, just like Heatwave said. Also, I think this is the first time that we've seen Chase seems to have this kind of taser weapon in his wrist. I think it's the first actual weapon we've seen the Rescue Bots have. Although he doesn't actually use it on Trex. But it does kind of remind me of the wrist weapons that Tigatron and Airazor had in Beast Wars. I also kind of expected Boulder to do some kind of Empire Strikes Back homage when he wrapped his tow line around Trex's leg.
You ever seen that really old movie? Empire Strikes Back?
Jesus, Tony, how old is this guy?
I don't know, I didn't carbon date him, he's on the young side.
You know that part? Where they're on the snow planet? With the walking thingies?
That would have been so cool to see them do that here. But that isn't exactly what they do in this episode. So they tricked Trex's infected programming by issuing him a command that wasn't part of his original base programming. And it's really cute when Doc Green is inside Blades with Danny and he compliments his style. And then Blades comes on the screen with his smug face. Oh, I love it. And so they remove the virus and Trex is back to being a good boy. But unfortunately for Doc Green, thanks to the Central Computer's virus infection, he has been fired as the lead scientist of Griffin Rock. And we see our shadowy figure leave a card behind with a familiar looking symbol on it. But more on that in the next episode. This was a pretty good episode. I like that we got to see more of this mysterious stranger who has been causing trouble for Griffin Rock. And like I mentioned, we'll see more of him soon. But yes, I like how the Doc Greens have a pet robot dinosaur Butler. Although I think they really need to consider upgrading their security and safety protocols. So yeah, not much else to say about this episode. I cannot wait for the next one. What about you? What did you think of this episode of the original Rescue Bots show? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And join me next time for the next episode of Rescue Bots, The Other Doctor. Somehow, I don't think this will be like the Doctor Who episode of the same name. Wait, the Doctor Who episode was actually called The Next Doctor, not The Other Doctor? That doesn't make sense. Oh well, see you then. And when did the Macarena come out? 1999? Wow, did I seriously just say 1999 instead of 1993? Man, I must be really in denial about my age.